Hello everyone, so welcome to the next video. Basically, this is part of our column topics and this is part 2. In this video, we will learn, let me just show you the topics which we left in the last video and we are going to cover it this video, right? So we will see how we can delete the column, we will also see how many ways to delete the column, right? And we will also use the keyboard shortcut to delete the column. So how you can insert the column with the help of your mouse and with the help of the commands which are available in the ribbon and with the help of the keyboard shortcut. We will also resize the column and automate the column, right? Rest of the above topic we have already covered in the previous video. If you have missed watching the previous one, so I would urge you to please go and do watch that because we have covered many things regarding column in our previous video, right? Okay, so let's begin this video by understanding how you can delete the column. So, okay, let's back to our data. Basically, we have some employee data, right? So we have already worked on this data in the last video. I think you are already familiar with this data. No. Okay. So what we need to do first, we need to delete the column first. Okay. So before deleting a column, I just need to tell you one thing, which is very important to, uh, inform you about that. Because each and everything, because you are learning, no, so each and everything should be clarified and clear to you so that so when you start working in Excel, so it becomes easier for you to understand each and everything, and you are flawless while working in Excel. So that's why. Okay. So why do we need to delete a column? Just because sometimes it happens that we might have created a column by mistake, or now there is a no requirement of that particular column anymore, right? So that's why we delete a column. So how we can delete the column? So let me just tell you one thing about the columns. What happens? These all are columns, and we have already understood that. Column H. Suppose this particular column, I have selected this particular column, column G, right? So what will happen actually? If I delete this column, no, what will happen actually? This column is not going to delete it from the system, not from the Excel worksheet, right? You just need to understand that whenever you delete a column or anything from the Excel worksheet, no, only the contents of that particular column or whatever it is, whatever object you are deleting gets deleted. That is very important thing which you need to take in, you know, uh, understand it and watch it very carefully. So suppose I will delete this column, what will happen actually? What do you think? The G column will get deleted and you will left with only F and H column. Is it like that? No, no, my friend, it is not going to be like that. So once you delete any column, what happens actually? So when you delete a column, only the contents of that particular column gets deleted. Column remains there only, right? Column remains there only at its original position. Only the content of that particular collection gets deleted. And what Excel do next, basically, the columns which you have deleted and the columns which are placed right side of the selected column. So that the columns which are placed on the right side of the deleted column takes basically take the data which is lying in the right side of the column. They take the place of the deleted column and get shifted to the left side. Let me just show it to you, then it will be more clear to you guys, right? Let me show it to you. Suppose we have this particular column like current date, days of service, and reporting time. Suppose if I delete this particular column, what will happen actually? So column G will remain there only, right? It is not going anywhere. The column G will remain there. Only the data which is here, which column contains, which column contains and the cell contains, right? It will get deleted, and the columns which contains the data on the right side will get shifted to the left side and take its place, this place, the delete place of the deleted column, right? Let's try doing that. Suppose I just select the entire column because if you want to perform any action on columns, first you need to select that particular column. No, so how to select the column? We have already seen that in the previous video. Okay, if you want to delete the column, you need to select it. And to delete the column, there are many ways to delete the column. Let me just tell you each one by one. So select the column. Just right click on the column. Once you right click on it, you will have this option to delete. This is a delete button basically. Once you click on the delete option, what will happen actually if column gets deleted? See, what has just happened? The column of the which has some date got deleted. But if you see, G is there only, my friend. G is never uh, n- gone anywhere. It's there only. Only the data which was lying under the column G get deleted. And because the data got when the data got deleted by Excel, by us basically, what Excel did, Excel shifted. Excel doesn't keep anything blank actually. Whenever we are working in a data, no, Excel doesn't keep anything blank. If because this is your data range. So what if you delete anything? No. So the next cell or the next column or a row will take the place of the deleted column or cell or row or whatever it is, right? So what Excel has done here, basically, when you deleted the column, no, so the next column, basically the rightmost next column, taken the place of the deleted column. So this is how the deletion works in Excel, right? Correct? I hope it is clear to you now. Okay. So as we have deleted the column, so we have seen how to delete a column. Let me just undo it so that it becomes the current date, the columns which we have just deleted. So now we'll see the another way to delete the column. We have seen this one, right? The another way to delete the column, basically the selector column. First of selection is must. Select the column, then go to the home tab. Under the home tab, you need to just go in this cells group. When you go in the cells group, you need to just click in the delete section. Once you click in this delete section, you will find this option, basically delete sheet column. What it will do, it will delete the column. Not delete the column, basically the content of the content which column contains. Suppose I click on this button, what happens? See, your column gets deleted, right? So let's bring it back because we have to delete it multiple times. No, so that's why I'm using the undo button, right? To bring it back. So now we have seen this option also. Now what is next? So now I'll tell you the shortcut ways to delete a column basically, right? If we want to delete the column, how we can delete it with the help of the keyboard shortcut command, right? It's very easy. Again, you need to select the column first. Now you need to press, let me just type it here, control plus. You don't need to press plus basically. This is just written to as a reference so that it is understood that you first you need to press control, then you need to press the next basically. So which will be here in this case will be minus subtraction sign. So you need to press control plus minus sign. So where is control in the keyboard? See, this is the control button, right? This is the control button which you need to press, and this is the minus key, which is available after the zero button, right? So you need to press these two buttons, and your column will get deleted. Let's delete it. Go back to our employee sheet, select the column first, right? We have selected it. Now, how to delete it? Press the control button from keyboard and press the minus sign. See, column gets deleted. This is the another way to delete the column, right? I'll just undo it, right? So that it's back and we can just delete it multiple times the same column. What we are doing is deleting the same column multiple times. Okay. So next is basically there is another way to delete the column. So what is it? So alt, you need to press alt plus E plus D, right? What you need to press? You need to press alt plus E plus D. Let's try doing this. First make selection, then press alt E D. Column gets deleted. It's very simple. So this is one more way to delete the column, one more shortcut command to delete the column. You know, guys, I repeat this. I am again repeating this. I repeat this always. Whenever you are going to start working in Excel, try using the keyboard shortcut as frequent as you can. That will make you proficient in Excel. And it is required. It's a market demand, not my demand. It's a market demand. Market demands this thing. If you want to be proficient in Excel, just try using the keyboard shortcut as much as you can. It will make your efficiency. So sorry, it will increase your efficiency and it will make your efficiency better, right? So this is another way to delete the column, right? There's a one more way to delete the column. There are many ways actually, guys. There are many ways to delete the column. What is the next way to delete the column? Basically, it is Alt plus H plus D plus C. This is the another shortcut command, keyboard command to delete the column. Alt plus H plus D plus C. Let's try doing that. So we go back to the data. We need to delete this column. Alt H. Suppose now let's delete this column, days of services. So select the entire column, press Alt H D C. The column gets deleted. It's very simple, right? Okay. So we have deleted all. Deleted. We have seen the all the ways, basically all possible ways to delete the column, right? Now what is the next thing? Next is insert new column. Let's do this. Insert new column. We need to insert. Okay. So now as we will be inserting new columns in our data, so what we need to understand. So as we understood when we were covering the deletion option, so now we also need to understand this time how does the column structure perform when we insert a column, insert a new column basically. So as we have seen, there are 16,384 columns in total in Office 365 worksheet. Now, if you think that if you are insert a column, what do you think that it will become 16385? Is it like that? Is it going to like that? No, it is not. Again, Excel never delete or insert the new column basically. It just shifts the data, right? When you insert a data, no, insert a new column, what happens actually? Let me just remove this. Suppose we want to insert a new column between joining date and the current date, right? This is your joining date column and this is current date column. Suppose if you want to insert a new column between these two columns, so what Excel will do? When you insert a new column, no, so it will shift this data basically, which is available on the right side of the inserted column, to be inserted column basically, to the right side, one step further basically. If you insert two columns, three columns in a at a one time, what will happen actually? Excel will shift the columns which are located on the right side with three more columns, three three columns further, right? It will add three columns and move the data which is available on the right side three steps further, right? So let's try doing that. So suppose we want to insert a new column, right here. So what you need to do when you insert a new column, what happens actually? So when you insert a new column, you need to select the entire column, right? So now we want to insert a column. What will happen is when you insert a column, no, so that will get inserted on the left side of the selected column. You need to just keep this in mind. Just make a note of it right now. So when the column which you guys are going to insert, that will get inserted on the left side of the selected column. That you need to keep this in mind every time, right? This is the default function of the Excel, default procedure of the Excel. So suppose we have selected this column, G column. Now if we insert a new column, what will happen actually? So the new column will get inserted between F and G, right? Between the edge of F and G, between the border of F and G, right? So let's do it. So we will now again we will see the many ways to insert a column. The first way is to select the column, right click with the help of the mouse button and insert option. Select the insert option. Click on this, see what happens. So a new column gets inserted. Again, I'm telling you, we use these keywords that we are inserting a column, but Excel just shift the cells right to the right side, or the when you delete the column to the left side and insert a column to the right side, right? So we have inserted a new column. What has just happened? So Excel has created a series of blank rows, right? Created a series of blank rows, and the data which was lying here got shifted to the right side. This is how does the Excel work, right? I'm telling you again, guys, no one else is going to tell all these things in Excel as deeply as we are doing, right? Because we want your foundation to be strong, right? Okay. So what Excel does? Excel has done is its bit. So it just shifts the data, right? So now we have inserted a column, just give it a name, new column, right? This is a new column, right? Which we have just inserted with the help of the mouse keyboard by doing this method. What is the next method to insert a column? It's very easy. Again, you need to just go under the home tab in the cells group. You will find this in insert section. Click on this and click on insert sheet column. Right. Once you click on this, what happens? In one more column gets inserted. Or we can also say this in this way. The data gets shifted, one column further, right, to the right side, right? Okay, we have inserted one column by using this method and by using the commands method which are available in the ribbon section. What is the next? So now we'll use the keyboard shortcut to insert a column basically. Suppose if you want to insert a column basically, what you need to do? So you need to press Control plus Shift plus plus sign, right? If you want to insert a new column, right? So what you need to press? You need to press Control Shift plus plus, right? So let me just show you the keyboard, right? This is a keyboard. Let me just go back to the employee sheet. Suppose we want to insert a new column before this, basically after the current date and before the days of services here between the I and J column. So which column you need to select if you want to insert a column between I and J? You tell me. You guys need to tell. So we need to select this column because whenever you insert a column, that is always inserted on the left side. So we need to select this one. So what we'll do, we'll just use this shortcut key, Control Shift plus plus. So we'll use the control, right? We are here. So let me just, you know, okay, is it visible now? No, it is visible. Okay. So first select the column. Now press Control Shift and plus sign from your keyboard. Plus, right? Plus is available here, right? On the top of the equal to sign. After the minus sign, basically this is the plus sign, and on the left side of the backspace, right? Okay, let's do it. Select the column, press Control Shift and press F plus sign. See, new column gets inserted. If you press it one more time, what will happen actually? One more column gets inserted, right? This is how you can insert the column with the help of the keyboard shortcut. So now let me just tell you one more thing. So we have got two new more columns. So this is new column 3 and this is going to be new column 4. Suppose we are just inserting the column one by one. So we are just inserting a one column at a time. Suppose if you want to insert multiple columns at a time, how you can do that? It's very simple, guys. So you need to just make the selection of as many as column as you want to insert, right? Got it? So if you select 3 column, 4 column, 5 column, what will happen? Excel will insert those number columns. The same number of the columns will get inserted as you select, right? Suppose I have selected here 2 columns. What will happen actually? If I use the Control Shift and plus sign, see 2 columns got inserted. So this is how it does the Excel work, the column insertion works. And same thing happens with the deletion. If you want to delete multiple columns at a time, just make the selection. So all depends on your selection, guys. So whatever selection you will make, no. So the action will be performed basis on the selection only. On the selection only, right? Okay. Now we have seen how to insert the new column. There is another way to insert a column, basically keyboard shortcut, which is Alt plus H plus I plus C. This is the another way to insert a column basically. Let's use this. Go back to employee sheet. Suppose we want to insert a new column between the department salary. Which column we need to select? Salary column, right? Because we want the column to be inserted on the left side between the column D and E. So we'll need to select this E column, right? So we'll use the Alt H I C, right? So that's how we got a new column. One more new column, right? So we have inserted 2 more columns. Oh, good. Okay, we have completed this topic also. The next is resize the column, the auto fit column. Let's begin this. So now let me just remove the unnecessary column. No, we don't need them. So I'm just deleting all of them. We don't need them. We just, because we had to do practice, so that's why we inserted the column. Okay. So we need to use the resize the column. What is the meaning of resize the column? Basically, if you see this data, this is not nicely presentable or nice looking, right? We need to make this we need to make this data look nicer so that we can just present it to our boss, manager, whoever, right? So what we'll be doing. So the size of the column is not ideal based according to the data which the columns are containing, right? So we need to make it ideal, right? So see, we have employee ID. Employee ID is not visible, but we can see here in the formula bar. No, but the entire text of this particular uh, cell is not visible because we have not increased the size. So there are multiple ways to increase the size basically. To resize the column, what you can do, you just need to click on the edge of the column. This is the edge of the column, right? So this is the this edge is of column B, right? Right? The edge which we have selected, the edge is this particular this particular edge belongs to column B, right? If I increase it, what happens? Column B gets increased, right guys? See, it's getting increased. No, the size of the column is getting increased. Width. If I reduce it, it gets reduced. If I increase it, it gets increased. Suppose I want to increase the size of this particular column. So what you need to do, this is the edge of the F column. This is your F column and this is the edge which is available on the right side. No. So that helps you to decrease or increase the size of the column. So suppose I click here, double click. You don't need to double click basically. You just need to keep the mouse button pressed. So this is how you can just increase or decrease the size. So when you bring mouse pointer here on the edge of the column, your pointer gets changed and becomes like a black arrow, which is between the two arrows. One is pointing towards left and one is pointing to the right. So what you need to just keep the mouse button pressed from your keyboard and drag it to the right. See what happens. What is happening? The size of the column is getting increased, right? So this is how you can just increase the column or decrease the size of the column, right? Now, suppose if you are working in a data set where you have 100 columns or 200 columns, then how will you do that? Are you going to just increase the size of each column one by one? No, it is not going to like that. So suppose if you want to increase the size of the column, there are many ways. So select the entire columns, right? The select the column selection is very important. If you are performing any action, no, just make the selection first. So select the same number of columns of which you want to increase the size, right? So we have selected it. Now what we'll do, just click on the edge of any of the column, any of the selected column, and press the mouse button from your keyboard. Keep it pressed until you increase the size. See what is happening. The size of all the columns is getting increased. Suppose after I reduce it, you can just click on any of the column edge, right? The columns which are selected. If you reduce the size of all the columns will get reduced. Now, what is next? Suppose because the data in all the columns will not be same, no. So in that case, what will happen? Actually, if you increase the size of any particular column, but the selection, what will happen? The size of all the columns will get increased. But this might not be the case, no, where you will be having the same kind of data in all the columns. Some columns might have small data set, like where you have small content where you don't require to increase the column, right? In some cases, you might have data where you have linear text where you need to increase the size of the column. So there might be different cases. So in that case, what you can do, you can just use the auto fit command of the column, auto fit function. So how does it work? Basically, just make the selection first, and after selecting it, just come here on the any of the selected column edge and double click, right? See, the the size of the column, all the selected columns get adjusted automatically by just double clicking on the edge of any of the column, right? This is how you can auto adjust or auto fit the column. This was this topic basically, auto fit column, right? So there is a one more way to auto fit the column. So let me just show it to you. Go under the home tab in the cells group, format section, click here. See, can you see this? Auto fit column width, right? So we just need to home, format, auto fit column width. Auto, all the data gets fit automatically. Now what is next? If you want to uh, okay, if you want to keep a symmetry among all the columns, among all the data columns, like you want a data set where the size of the all the columns should be similar, right? Not even a single inch or single centimeter up and down. It should be same. So what how you can do that? So go under the home section, under this cells group, under format, and use this function column width, right? Click on this button. Now what you can do, whatever the size of the column you'll put here, so that will apply to all the selected columns, right? Suppose I put 12 here to see what happens. The size of all the columns becomes same, right? So this is like one of the more function by using that you can adjust the size of the column, right? So we have covered all these, resize the column and auto fit the column, right, guys? So I hope the columns are clearly understood to you guys. You have, I think now you have got the strong knowledge of the columns. No, you can just work flawlessly in Excel with the columns, right? So, okay, now see you in the next video with some other topic. Okay, bye. See you in the next video, guys.